Fox News Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge brings us an exclusive report on day 2 of this hearing. Catherine?
Well, thank you, Megan. Fox News obtaining these character statements over 125 pages on behalf of Major Bressler that are part of the defense case, which opened today. The statements are framed in the context of battle, how a Marine or a firefighter must make hard judgments about their colleagues and their professional worth. In these cases, it's truly a life or death matter. And here's a sampling quote. "There is one common thread of Jason's professional life, and that is to always do the right thing. Over the years, I witnessed his honesty, integrity, and willingness to own his mistakes." Military lawyers for the prosecution not focusing at today's hearing on the Afghan police chief, an alleged child molester, and why Bressler's warning about him was ignored with those 3 Marines gunned down by one of the chief's child victims. Instead, the prosecution claiming Bressler had 107 files on his computer, all classified information, they said, to write a book about his tours in Afghanistan. Some of this testimony today was closed to the public. Former Assistant Secretary of Defense Bing West, who knows Bressler from Iraq and Afghanistan, testifying that Bressler personally saved one of the kids allegedly molested by that Afghan police chief and returned the child to his family. And on the classified information, Bressler's defense team says it was part of his handover file for his replacement in Afghanistan. He didn't know it was classified, and a forensic analysis shows Bressler hadn't accessed it since January of 2011.
This has been a very difficult time for him. This is someone who's dedicated his entire professional life to the service of his country and to the service of New York City. And for the Marine Corps to falsely make scurrilous allegations about this man's character has been a deeply difficult experience for him.
A spokesman handling the case for the Marines confirming to Fox News tonight that Bressler will in fact, or is expected at least, to take the stand tomorrow, Megan.
Wow, Catherine, thank you.
You're welcome.
More on that tomorrow night, and we're going to pick it up right now as well, because a group of lawmakers that served in the Marines is now demanding answers in this case, sending a letter to the Secretary of the Navy. Congressman Michael Grimm led this effort. He joins us now. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, so bear with me, audience, because it appears this case comes down in part to a man named General Mills. All right? But General Mills is the guy pushing for the case against Bressler.
That's correct.
Why?
Well, we think, when you look at this, and again, yes, I'm a United States Marine, but I was also an FBI agent, so I've investigated many cases. General Mills, the deputy commandant, was very close with his predecessor, the former deputy commandant. And the person in Afghanistan, the Marine in Afghanistan that asked for the information and seemed to have failed to act on it once he received it is the son-in-law of that former deputy commandant.
So the theory is that General Mills may be acting to protect his predecessor's son-in-law.
That's one part of it, and the other thing is also to take the spotlight away from why wasn't this information acted on, and could it have prevented 3 Marines from being murdered?
As Bressler is saying, get this guy off the base. I'm telling you, he's a bad guy. He's a child molester. He's got ties to the Taliban. They ignore it, and sure enough, one of his child victims opens fire and kills 3 Marines.
Exactly.
There's a separate inquiry going on into that piece of this, right? But why is there all this attention on Bressler and getting him kicked out of the military, dishonorably discharged? Does this General Mills have that much power?
Well, Deputy Commandant, he does have a lot of power, but what you just mentioned is the key here. It wasn't until there were other investigations into why this information wasn't acted on and to the circumstances surrounding the murder of the 3 Marines that then there was aggressive action taken against. It was very retaliatory because Major Bressler, who provided the information, albeit on an unsecured network, but he self-reported that. So he self-reported.
But they say he didn't self-report until his superiors came to him and said, do you have confidential information on your computer?
My understanding is he self-reported. Again, I don't have all of the information that the investigators had, but keep in mind, his commanding officer said no action should be taken. The investigating officer said no action should be taken. Naval Criminal Investigative Service, NCIS, also said that he did not commit a crime. So it's only Lieutenant General Mills that has been pushing this, saying he needs to be criminally charged.
This is a guy who, Naval Academy graduate, Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran, Bronze Star recipient, spotless 13-year Marine Corps record, FDNY member assigned to an elite rescue company. I mean, is there no benefit of the doubt for somebody who, sends a communication on an unsecure line?
Let me be very clear. I love my Marine Corps. This is not the Marine Corps that I know and love. This goes against the very history going back to 1775 when the Marine Corps started in Tun Tavern. I mean, this is not what America stands for. This is a hero. This man is a hero. We need to support him. If he did something wrong, he'll be the first one to stand on the carpet like Marines do and say, hey, I did this under an unsecure network and I need to take whatever hit that is.
Yeah.
But kicking him out of the Marine Corps while he's cooperating with the DOJ investigation into these murders, I think it's just very suspicious and is not good for the Marine Corps or good for the United States of America.
We
need to support our heroes.
We're going to stay this. We're going to stay on it tomorrow as we get to day 3 of this hearing. Good to see you, Congressman.
Great to
Thank
see
you so
you.
much,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for your service.